can you help us out a couple of days a week? And so now I've been doing that for 6 years. But what that did was brought me to the book. It's kind of corny, but the disc sort of called out to me, sort of like Superman's kryptonite is kind of my comparison. A little corny, but it literally did. So between cases, as a radiologist, we have two screens. We've got a left screen with the patient list, the work list, and the right screen with the images. So what I did in between cases, the left screen was my dad's autobiography, and the right screen was me dictating, changing the words into a biography, third person rather than first person. And so now we're done finally, 2019. We queried some agents, we queried some publishers, very little success. Had a couple of beta readers look at it, and one of them knew Janice, my co-author, and said, you should show this book to her. And so Janice took a year and change to change the book around. Instead of being just a straight up biography, point A to B to C, Dad did this, and this. She changed it up to parallel stories, converging stories, in and out of time frame, conversations, letters to and from home, and really turned it into a very special novel. So the book has been released since very late in 2022. So we're about 18 months in. Still really busy talking about the book and marketing the book and really fighting anti-Semitism. And, my parents wrote the story in the 70s as though they knew I was going to do this. Like they knew that I would have the stories resurface. And if you knew me 6 years ago, you would say, this guy's never going to do this, because I'm not a writer. I was trained in science and math and anatomy, radiology, never really a writer. I had to write papers, of course, along the way, and medical and otherwise, but I had a great team help me with this, and people that read the story said, yeah, and I thought this too, that the miracles in my dad's stories are so amazing, not just his escapes, but how he was treated poorly and treated well, and the kindness of humans and the cruelty of humans. It's all in there. I mean, and then with anti-Semitism in the backdrop throughout, I never thought that I'd be seeing what I'm seeing now 6 years ago. I mean, the anti-Semitism was always around. I mean, we can go back to the Old Testament when we talk about anti-Semitism and racism. And the Muslims had to undergo racism, and the Christians too. Everybody, not just the Jews, but it's ridiculous. I mean, we can talk enough about racism and anti-Semitism, how wrong it is. But the messages were clear in my dad's book, how he had to fight it off in his own way.